Peace be upon you, dear friends. May God's health, blessings, and well-being be upon you all. In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Today, I would like to share some thoughts with you on the topic of whether the saints knew about quantum mechanics. When we look at the world of science, we see that it has been gradually developing for thousands of years, starting from the Sumerians and even before them. In the Western world, a significant leap was made with Aristotle, and thereafter, with gradual progress, the Islamic civilization contributed greatly to the world of science during the Middle Ages. Following the Reform and Renaissance movements, Western civilization took the lead in scientific advancements. Subsequently, with Newton, the foundations of classical physics were established, particularly in areas such as gravity. With the Industrial Revolution in Western civilization, and later, the Information Age, particularly through Einstein's groundbreaking theories of special relativity and general relativity, physics became dominant across the world, and the principles of the creation of the universe, known as the system of the cosmos, were more or less established. As is well known, Einstein, with his theory of special relativity, revealed the general principles of the relativity of time, showing that time can change according to the observer and speed. Through his famous equation E, Jat and MC2, he demonstrated to humanity that the essence of visible matter is, in fact, energy. Following this, with his profound intellect and consciousness, he laid down the principles of gravity through his theory of general relativity. While the work of Einstein and similar physicists focused on the visible universe and matter, which we refer to as the macrocosm, the subsequent discovery of quantum mechanics from the 1940s onward, ushering in the exploration of the subatomic world, led to discoveries that astonish scientists and the world alike. It was discovered that the subatomic world is filled with extraordinary miracles. Quantum mechanics is such an ocean that within it there is inherent uncertainty, meaning there are infinite possibilities. As we delve deeper into the subatomic world, it becomes clear that matter is not truly visible matter. Sometimes it behaves as a wave, sometimes as a particle, and beneath that, there is only vibration. Beyond this, humanity has discovered the truth that what appears as matter is nothing more than an illusion or a hologram, rather than solid substance. Furthermore, it was realized that visible matter seems to require an observer. If there is an observer, matter behaves one way. If there is no observer, it behaves differently. Beyond this, the existence of a particle known as the Higgs boson, or God particle, was discovered. In the absolute void, within a perfect vacuum, it has been observed that certain particles can spontaneously come into existence. As far as I know, the experiments conducted in the subatomic particle accelerator at CERN in Switzerland to observe these particles are still ongoing. All these developments and discoveries in quantum mechanics and other branches of physics have fundamentally led humanity to realize that matter is an illusion, and that everything visible is, at its core, a single unity, not a solid entity, but one with a unified essence. Currently, ordinary people in the world are not fully aware of this truth. Even if they are aware, most are not deeply engaged with it, as the majority of humanity's consciousness is not yet at a level capable of perceiving this reality. However, those who have delved into the ocean of Sufism, whom we call saints in the Islamic world and are often referred to as sages in other belief systems, have, for thousands of years, been masters of this secret of unity, a truth that has only been revealed to us through physics in the last 100 years. Indeed, when one sees that the statements of modern physics today align perfectly with the sayings of past sages and saints, it is truly astonishing. So how were these saints and sages able to know this? The secret lies in their level of consciousness, which, unlike classical physics, did not require experimentation to obtain this knowledge. They reached a capacity where they could receive these insights directly from the single system we call the universe. The matter is, in fact, quite simple because there is only one truth, and all sound paths lead to that one truth. Thus, from the past to the present, these great individuals, those celestial-souled saints or sages, were able to perceive and realize through spiritual discovery that existence is a unified whole, and that the matter, which appears solid, is nothing but an illusion. How did they do this? Of course, to achieve this, one must follow a certain teaching. The Melamed teaching that we present here is one of the foremost and the pinnacle of such teachings. It could be another that leads to the same goal, then there is no issue. All these paths that lead to the goal naturally involve a methodology, a teaching technique. For that teaching technique, there is always a need for a guide, someone who has traversed the path and reached the goal. Whether they are called a teacher, a master, or a murshid. Under the guidance of such a murshid, those who embark on the path of truth engage in various practices. We refer to this as remembrance, while other teachings may call it meditation or similar terms. Through these various methods, those who enter the path of sainthood or wisdom enhance their mental and spiritual capacities. Thus, at a certain point, these saints and sages mentally achieve what modern physics now offers us by elevating their consciousness from the subconscious to consciousness, from consciousness to higher consciousness, and from higher consciousness to cosmic consciousness. In this way, the realization of the oneness and uniqueness of existence is unveiled to them. In fact, I can say that saints and sages internalize these truths because they experience them through spiritual experience and discovery. Since their level of consciousness is naturally very high, their perception, hearing, and every state become more refined, surpassing those of others. Thus, while quantum mechanics, for example, can now be studied from books, even to the point of becoming a physics professor, if that knowledge remains at this level and is not digested through the guidance of a teacher, it remains confined to the level of cognition. The person may know, but they cannot go beyond mere knowing. Why? Because they have not engaged in practices that develop their consciousness. They cannot integrate or internalize that knowledge, nor can they fully understand the reality of existence or truly know themselves. In conclusion, the reality of matter and the secrets of existence that modern physics is only now beginning to unravel have been known to saints and sages for thousands of years. They did not merely know this, they lived it. And they imparted this knowledge to humanity according to its capacity, for to give knowledge to those who do not deserve it is an injustice to knowledge. People, after all, cannot understand it. They deny it. Why? Because their level of consciousness is limited. They reject what they can't comprehend. For this reason, many saints and holy people were martyred in the past. Halaka Mansur was executed for declaring, "Enel Haq, I am him." Muhyiddin ibn Arabi was similarly lynched. Prophet Jesus was killed by the Romans and his soul ascended to the heavens. And many more such individuals, whose levels of consciousness were elevated, were unfortunately killed by the general populace, whose levels of consciousness were not sufficient to understand them. However, today, things are different. The advancements of modern physics, the tools provided by modern science, and the increase in communication through the internet in this information age have led to a slight development in humanity's collective consciousness. As a result, we are more at ease today, and we invite those of you who are truly interested in discovering the secret of matter, in uncovering your own secrets, and in knowing yourself, to not only learn about, but also dive into the ocean of Melamet, which lies at the heart of these mysteries. Love and greetings to each of you.